tuning in to Coke 420. I'm Kim Jerry and this is my co-host Tasha Pierce. And we are here to give you the 411 on the 80s.
We're going to hand off the camera to Blake Shively to update you on the latest in fashion.
Hello, my name is Blake Lively and I'm here today to talk to you about the newest trends in fashion. It's all about neon these days. The ladies are wearing neon spandex, headbands, leggings, and leg warmers for all things workout. They put their hair up in the side ponies with scrunchies like this. For men, the latest It Boys were all wearing high-water pants, satin shirts, blazers, slogan t-shirts, and Ray-Bans. The bigger, the better was the motto for hairstyle and wear during the time. Men also wore their hair slicked back and in mullets. Other trends included wash jean jackets, ripped jeans, fanny packs, mini skirts, dookie chains, silk shirts, perms, Reeboks, and shoulder pads. What is this? What? The Berlin Wall is down? I repeat, the Berlin Wall is down. This just in, the spokesman of East Berlin's Communist Party announced a change in relations, and citizens of the German Democratic Republic are now free to go across the borders. The wall is finally down. Now back to you.
Strike the pose. Strike the pose.
Blake Shively. Wow, isn't that interesting? Exploding hair. Looks like I'll need to call my stylist. While I go do that, here's the newest on economy with Fangelina Jolie.
Well, hello, and welcome to the economic report of the decade. As many of you have experienced, the 80s have been quite the financial roller coaster. In the early 80s, President Ronald Reagan was elected and he inherited the worst state of our economy since the Great Depression, with a 10% national unemployment rate and a 13.5% inflation rate. America was burned with stagnation in growth and unemployment, along with inflation in consumer prices, otherwise known as stagflation. Many people blame this stagflation on the so-called liberal policies that burned America with too much government spending, regulations, and taxes. Thus, the need for change led to the election of Reagan, who promised to lead us into a brighter future by changing the policies and the role of government in America. Since he implemented these policies, which many coined Reaganomics, post-1982 witnessed a long and much-needed economic boom that has continued to flourish throughout the rest of the decade. Inflation rates dropped to 3.2% by 1983, the value of the stock market tripled, and the gross domestic product per capita increased by 23%. In all, though his policies have angered many liberal Democrats since in the process of economic restoration, he cut many programs, but luckily, Social Security and Medicare/Medicaid programs will continue. Let's hope our country continues to prosper until next century. Goodbye.
Thanks, Fangelina Jolie. We'll be back with entertainment, politics, and culture right after this break.
Back to Coke 420. Now, let's take a peek behind the scenes at the entertainment industry.
Thanks to the recent advancement in satellite TV, we can now enjoy our favorite entertainments instead of being confined to the average broadcast. Wouldn't want to miss the hottest athletic race between the countries, the first Summer Olympics staged in Eastern Europe. Meanwhile, the gaming world has only just begun. All the latest video games such as Pac-Man, Donkey Kong, Mario Bros, and Tetris have wilded up the kids and bruised their thumbs. But let's not forget about the infamous shows and movies that have taken light recently, such as actors Bill Murray, Molly Ringwald, and Tom Cruise are killing the game with Ghostbusters, Pretty in Pink, and Top Gun. But don't starve yourself while getting too caught up in your leisure time. Easy snacks like Jell-O, spinach dip, and Sloppy Joes bring the party to your couch. That's all for now, babes. Back to the newsroom.
Ignorant to AIDS and all.
Yo, you're on live.
Hi, thanks Hannah Xyjae, and we'll catch got you in the arcade. And hey, now we know if we're ever having a bad day, it's just console ourselves. And now, back to you, Wiley Benner, with politics.
Tensions are high in politics, with Reagan implementing Reaganomics and raging liberals who wanted the government to keep regulating the economy and businesses to provide support when needed. Also, in the 80s, the Inter-Contra affair occurred, where the U.S. was selling arms to Iran, who was under an embargo, where Oliver North made the modifications to the proceeds so they were reverted to Contra in Nicaragua. The last important tidbit in politics is the START treaties, 1 and 2, between the U.S. and the Soviet Union. I will give it back to you guys in the studio.
Sounds bitchin'. Gotta love our government. Now, on to a happier talk from Tasha Pierce discussing the culture of our decade.
What's crack-a-lack in America? I'm Tasha Pierce, and I'm bringing you the latest on the values of your life. So, everybody wants money, money, and more money. The more money you have, the more everyone likes you. Also, fashion is a huge important factor to American lifestyle and value. Everyone is obsessed with how people view them. And that is a huge problem. Lastly, power. Have you noticed that people with power are living their greatest lives? Yes, because the more power you have, the better you are. Next, women like myself are getting better education and college degrees. But men still treat us like sexual objects. For you men out there, care for your wives and girlfriends. For example, Sandra Day O'Connor is a well-associate justice for the Supreme Court. Well, would you look at that? Also, Geraldine Ferraro is an American attorney who serves in the United States U.S. Representatives. Women are coming up in America. As we know, our culture is sexually driven, and people aren't using protection like they're supposed to. And we now have a virus that causes a syndrome called HIV and AIDS, where HIV causes AIDS and interferes with the body's ability to fight infections. And we also know that drugs are incredibly popular between adults, but not only adults, teens too. A popular court case is going on between TLO and New Jersey, where a student denied smoking in a restroom and that her Fourth Amendment was violated because they checked and searched her belongings. But the court ruled the school had the right to do so. And now for something a little more tragic. Wayne Williams has been arrested for killing 23 innocent black children. The bodies kept piling up, and the FBI soon had a clue on who their suspect was. He wasn't white, but black. They said a white person simply couldn't be able to accomplish that without arousing suspicion. So, that's it for me. Back to you, Kim Jerry.
These teens are out of control. Thanks, Tasha. Thank you for joining us. Catch us on the flip after this break.
I love you so much, Tommy.
I think we should take our relationship to the next level.
I'm not doing it with you, Tommy. I could get pregnant, or I could get HIV, or any other kind of really dangerous disease.
Nah, baby girl. With condoms, you're protected from HIV, AIDS, and pregnancy.
Okay then, cool.
Want to go to my house? My parents are home.
Absolutely.
Don't be silly, wrap your willy!
And we're back. Let's go get our knowledge about tech and the newest gadgets.
In the 80s, tech went from totally tubular to out of this world. IBM coined the term personal computer in 1981. Also in the 80s, the CD came out. They were first met with skepticism, but they did catch on when Billy Joel put his first album on a CD. Also in the 80s, the Walkman came out. It was popular by everyone, especially teens who had a good excuse to ignore their parents. Another important item was the VCR, which also allowed for you to record any show so you don't have to be stuck at home, which gave people the opportunity to do stuff at times when they would be glued to a TV. Also, the newest thing to hit the streets, or should I say atmosphere, is the space shuttle. It has been meticulously created to make space travel more comfortable and efficient for astronauts. Well, that's all I have for you. See you later.
Thanks for the glimpse into the future, Wiley Bennett. Now we're heading over to music to hear the hottest jams of the 20th century.
It's time to shimmy off the disco floor and dive into the mosh pits. Arena rock, hair metal, new wave, and dance pop are all the rage. Bands like Journey, Def Leppard, The Cars, Metallica, Guns N' Roses, and Queen are stirring up the music industry with their latest drops. And even the ladies, such as Madonna, Blondie, Salt and Peppa, are rallying the crowds. Oh, what's this? It looks like Queen is doing a live performance. We'll be right back. Thank you for that transition, Brad. This just in, immigration laws in our country have been tight, and not in a good way. With all the new regulations and restrictions, less people are unable to join the land of opportunities, and even worse, less people to jam to our tunes. Back to the news.
Looks like we're ready to rock and roll. That's all, folks. Join us tomorrow on Coke 420.
All things work out. They put their hair up into side ponies with scrunchies like this.
Thanks, Angelina Jolie. We'll be back with entertainment. You're supposed to.
Looks like we're ready to rock and roll. That's all, folks.